particular asked me about, and I agree. I think we need to protect the environment, more so the sea. There was even one time some people wanted to dispose of condemned sugar into the sea, and we refused. NEMA has a very strong enforcement policy. The other stakeholders who protect our marine at the coast are also on top of everything, and we will make sure. But Honorable Izuda, maybe if you have the details, you'll help us. That particular company, we will deny the licenses straight away. Yeah.
The climbers?
Mr. Speaker, the camels are many. The climbers, Mr. Speaker, even at the bottom of most of these mountains, particularly Abadeas, and there are facilities. Only that they have been left to waste. So we need first to have the facilities, the lodges. It can be a very good tourism attraction. And then on top, as they climb.
Yeah. Honorable Duale, I think like I've climbed Kilimanjaro, so I know what happens.
Yes.
At every stop where people eat, there should be a bio toilet that can be, the waste can be disposed.
Yes.
There should be the containers for people to throw the paper, if they're carrying any bottles and so on, but also bandas so that they can sleep at intervals. Because I know that if that doesn't happen, then what happens is the waste ends up being left, and you get volunteers who actually go and pick it up. So it's actually a way of protecting the climbing route. But Mount Kenya is better. Kilimanjaro is a crisis.
I'll find out. And in fact, there are 10 of my good friends who have left today for Kilimanjaro for 10 days. But I think it's a very good idea. We will make sure that we implement it. It will help us in increasing the numbers of the people who will climb.
And also the climbers to be hired in the Kenya Forest Service and the wildlife.
For guidance.
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, there's a clarification I would require from the nominee. Because when I asked the question, I said I've read the question from someone called Paul Mutua from Kitui. In his response, he has said that, and this is on record, he said leaders from Machakos and Kitui. Now, this is not a leader. This is just a person who sent me the message. I can even share with him. So I would like a clarification. When he says leaders from Machakos and Kitui are basically picking on him, it's important because I'm a leader from Machakos and I'm just reading a question.
Point of order.
Because I've held the Quran.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. That will be an interjection between now leaders of Garissa and the leaders of Kitui. We have nothing to do with it, Honorable Speaker.
No, I think if you allow me, he has asked a very good question. He has asked a very good question, but I want to give evidence. Speak on a number of times. And one of the time was when my good friend, the Wiper leader, lost his mother. I think, or his father, one of his parents. And I went with the President Uhuru Kenyatta. And starting with the leader of Wiper, all the way to all the leaders from that region, one after the other, and I can provide the clip. They have mentioned me that I am the cause of the conflict. And in my presence, and in fact, in the morning when I was leaving, I told President Uhuru Kenyatta, that will happen. And he says, let's go. And they were telling him, but he never replied. I have other times when leaders from that region had a dispute. Garissa doesn't have a border with Mwingi or Kitui. We have a river border, but the really border is between Tana River and Kitui. So it is something which is in the public domain. It is the leaders, the senator for Kitui, the leadership.
Let's not go that route.
But that's it.
Let's not go that route.
I'll find another avenue to deal with that matter, not at the vetting.
All public people have at one time or another been others punching bags. And we live with it. So it should not, it's part of the occupational hazard. Honorable Duale will end with you by asking you, yes, by asking
Speaker,
you.
I take. That's out of order, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable
And even mentioning my party leader by the nominee is also unfair. Because that was never the issue. I just showed a message from a person, and I said I'm willing to show the message to the candidate.
Honorable Kalonzo is not an issue here.
Yes.
So
Mr. Speaker, I withdrew. I have a lot of respect for Honorable Kalonzo.
Thank you.
I have a lot of respect for Honorable Mbui. He was my schoolmate. I have nothing personal. I am sorry I withdrew.
Thank you. Honorable Duale, now answer the following short questions. Have you been adversely mentioned in any integrity-related report or investigations?
Never.